Hi there, it's Mary from stampingmary.stampingup.net. Thank you for joining me today. Today's card features the Under My Umbrella stamp set and coordinating punch. This was a carryover stamp set from our January to June catalogue, and I just love it. I love everything about it. I love a stamp set that coordinates with a punch. This is the stamp set here, Under My Umbrella. This is the punch that it coordinates with. And this punch will punch out these two envelopes here and the umbrella handle as well. It's very versatile stamp set. I love all these floral images that it has. It's just such a cute stamp set. And this is a very, very simple card that we're going to make today. So to make this card, I've used a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock just cut in half. And this piece here is a piece of shimmer paper because we're going to do a watercolor wash on the background. Now, you can use watercolor paper if you prefer. I just like the shimmer paper because it has that lovely, it has a real shimmer to it. I don't know if you can see it in this light, but it definitely has a shimmer. So let me show you how I made the watercolor wash. I've already done it ahead of time because it takes a little bit of time to dry, but I'm just going to show you on a small piece of shimmer paper. This is just a scrap of shimmer paper. So typically what I do when I'm doing a watercolor wash for a background is I will squeeze the lid of my ink pad just to get some ink in there. You can use your re-inker as well. Just depends how you prefer to do it. So well, now I've squeezed it, I just open my ink pad and I've got a little bit of ink there, as you can see. So I'm using one of our watercolor water painters. This is actually one of the older ones. My order for the new ones hasn't arrived yet, so once that arrives I'll swap over to using the newer ones, which have they have wider tips. They have a thinner tip and a wider tip, but this one will do the job just as well. So what I do is I squeeze a couple of pops of water on there. I didn't clean that brush properly, so it's got a little bit of the Calypso Coral I used just before, but that's okay because it's the same colour. So the more water you put down, the longer it's going to take to dry. Just wiping that off, and I'm picking up a little bit of the paint from the ink from my stamp pad, and I'm just taking a little bit of that water and just washing. That's literally all I'm doing. There's lots of different ways to do it, I suppose, but this is the method that I like to use. So the more you put down, the more colour you're going to get, and no two watercolour washes are ever going to turn out the same. So I put a bit more there, got a bit more depth in there. And then these splatters, can you see the little splatters that I've got here? Sometimes I wait till it's dry to do that, but sometimes I do it when it's wet. So I'm going to do this one while it's still wet, just so I can show you. I'm taking a little bit more of that ink, popping it into the cap of my watercolor pen. And this does make a mess, so move anything out of the way that you don't want to get anything onto. I'm just going to put an extra little bit of paper under there. And then, so with your lid and your brush tip, I just go like this, just flicking. That's all you're doing. Just flicking a little bit out there, and then that just gives you the splatter effect. It's probably got another name. Here we go. Done. And then I just squeeze out the water of my pen onto a paper towel just to clean it. And there you go. That's the watercolor background done. That's a watercolor wash. Very simple. So as I said, I'd already prepared one here for this one. Now this piece of cardstock, I think I just cut it at sort of 8 by 12 to form a nice, so I can have a nice wide border with my Calypso Coral on the background. Now to make these cute little umbrellas, they're just punched out. So I'm using the Playing with Patterns Designer Series paper, which is in the brand new 2020 Stampin' Up catalogue, and I've selected 2 of the papers. So I'm going with one papers that coordinate with the Calypso Coral. So I'm just going to punch out 3 of them. So I'm going to go with this cute blue one, the one with it's got navy blue in it. So I'm just putting my paper in and go, that one, and I want to use both sides of this paper actually, so that one, and then I'll flip it over so I can get that one on the other side. It's got the purple posy and crushed curry. So there's Night of Navy, Calypso Coral, crushed curry, purple posy in this colorway. And then I'm just going to place the cutout images just randomly around here. Oops, I forgot to cut out the the umbrella holders. I'm just going to grab a piece of Whisper White paper. I happen to have the shimmery handy, so I'll go with the shimmery. I'm just going to pop it in the side here. Sorry about that. Wasn't quite organised, was I? Yeah. I'm just going to cut out 3 of those. Paper going everywhere, and then one more. There we go. So 3 little ones. Going to use dimensionals to pop up the umbrellas. This is a very easy card to make. Has minimal amount of stamping, but I just like that watercolor wash on the background. I think it just sort of it's an easy thing to do, and it looks really lovely. That one up there. Actually, I might just pop my umbrella handles on now. I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow, not too much Tombow. Okay. Got that one round the wrong way. Make sure I've got it going there. Got the handle going the right way. There we go. Yeah. Before I get too carried away putting all these umbrellas on, I better make sure I do the stamping. This, no matter the weather, we're friends forever. I better not forget to do that. So I got carried away because I was wanting to use the punch. There. So I'll pop that one on there, that stamping on now. I should have done that before I placed the punched images, but that's okay. So I'm using this image here, no matter the weather, we're friends forever. And I'm just using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. There we are. Perfect. And now I can place my last umbrella down there. Place the handle in there. Oops. That one's not going quite according to plan. Yeah. And then the last one under here. I love the colorways in this Playful Patterns designer series paper. I love all those, the combination of the Calypso Coral and crushed curry and that Night of Navy. It's just so lovely. Just putting it on a slight angle, and I think I may have lost my last handle. Have I? I have indeed. I better just punch one more out. I'm so busy. Oh no, there it is. It's on the floor. And this one's going to have to come up quite far. There we go. My Tombow doesn't want to play. There we go. Tombow did not want to come out. That's going to go onto the cardstock with, I think we'll pop that up with dimensionals on the back. Very easy card to make. Very easy card to make. This this cardstock, the designer series paper that I've used, lends itself obviously to using the Night of Navy as well, or the Purple Posy, the Crushed Curry, or you can just use a plain white cardstock, obviously. Whatever you like. That umbrella, that handle looks a bit crooked, that's better. Go. And to finish off, I've got a little ribbon on this one. So the Playing with Patterns ribbon combo pack. Oh, beautiful. It's got the Pool Party, Night of Navy and Purple Posy and Whisper White ink and ribbon in there. Aren't they gorgeous? Love every single one of them. But the thing I like about this Night of Navy one is that it's very narrow, and I just love that. Love that in a ribbon. Just going to make a tiny little bow. That in. I'm going to use a glue dot to pop that on when I find where my glue dots are. There we are. Put it in the corner. Yeah. Trim that ribbon just a little bit. Night of Navy and Calypso Coral, one of my favourite colour combinations. Very cute. And there you have it. No two watercolours washes will ever turn out the same. That is for sure. Very simple card to make. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you would like to see more of my videos, I hope you'll click the subscribe button. In the description bar below, I have listed all of the products that I've used today to make this card. And I hope you have a wonderfully crafty day. Thank you for watching. Bye.